Good evening, fans of freedom. Today I'm going to read to you an article written by Xandor Blessman for AmericanChronicle.com, posted on November 13th, 2007, entitled, If Dr. Seuss Wrote for Dr. Ron Paul. George was on the net one day. He thought he'd take some time and play. To YouTube he decided to surf. He came upon Ron Paul's turf. He saw a video at the mall, where on the dais stood Ron Paul. Ron Paul spoke true and he spoke loud. Below him gathered quite a crowd. He said, "I will end all the wars. I'll bring our troops back to our shores. We shall no longer fund an empire which sucks up money like a vampire. We need our people here at home, not in Baghdad, Kabul, or Rome. The world we don't need to police. Our taxpayers we don't need to fleece. Our founders told us to beware. Keep out of alliances that are unfair. With the world we shall peacefully trade. Our coffers we shall fill, not raid." George listened long and he sat back. What he heard made his jaw go slack. He wondered about the video with dread. He shook his head and then he said, "I will not join your revolution. I don't believe in the Constitution." Ron Paul continued with his speech. The masses he intended to reach. More people came from near and far. They came by foot and bike and car. "I will rid us of the IRS curse. Who dips its fingers in everyone's purse? They should not tax the labor of man. On that there needs to be a ban. Sound money we should start to mint. The Federal Reserve needs to get a hint. An economy that is based on debt will one day collapse, you can bet. Fiscal responsibility is what we need, not private bankers full of greed. Government money based on gold is constitutional, so I'm told. But if there must be privatization, money competition should be in this nation." George could not believe what he heard. His disbelief grew with every word. What could be done against such truth? He stiffened his jaw and heard a tooth. "I will not join your revolution. I do not believe in the Constitution." And to this story there is more. Ron Paul, he still had the floor. The more he spoke of government sin, the more donations came rolling in. For the nation's people showed concern, and for freedom they did yearn. Self-reliance they wish they had, not a government acting like a dad. "I will reject intrusive laws, and from your lives remove government paws. I'll work to repeal unconstitutional acts, and make the government reveal hidden facts. To the Constitution we all take an oath. To honor that helps the country's growth. The government we must work to shrink. There are programs we must rethink. The dependent have nothing to worry about, but the young will get a chance to opt out. For a voluntary government is what works best. Not fear, nor force, or a big brother's nest." George still watched, and became mad. He rejected the notion he had been bad. The famous neocon would not admit wrong, and he disagreed with Ron Paul's song. "I will not join your revolution. I don't believe in the Constitution." But to him Ron Paul did not speak. His words were meant for the ears of the meek. He knew that to check those in power, the people needed to stand, not cower. To the masses he did appeal. "Okay, folks, now here's the deal. Join us in the revolution. Let's reinstate the Constitution."